Ibu saya selalu menemukan sukacita dalam kesempurnaan. Yeah! I'm one line in! All right.
Y'all don't even know what she said. Y'all out of fucking pocket. Black people, bilingual, run that shit back.
Oh my God, y'all are so funny. Okay. Ibu saya selalu menemukan sukacita dalam kesempurnaan. My mother always found joy in perfection. I'd come home and my laundry was always warm despite the hours passing. The table was always set the way that American families would portray the perfect American movie, and on some weeks, kamar aku selalu bersih. I would find my room perfectly made up. My dolls were perfectly aligned on my bed, and my books were placed back on the shelf by color and size order, because she knew that if they were placed any differently, the words would start coming together and it would get messy, and God forbid messy happened in our home. Little Miss Immigrant Girl makes a mistake that the Americans see. A messy room means a messy mind, and a messy mind doesn't fit in sama orang bule with the white kind, with the white picket fence and the American pie kind, but bullset shit! My dad loved a good routine. So I learned 4 languages and I did 3 sports. Mom says I'll be well-rounded and fit in. Dad says a proper routine will benefit my college resume, but I'm 12 years old. I tell Dad I'm writing poetry to learn English, and I'm learning all about metaphors and similes. He says he doesn't want to hear it, and I think that that's ironic, because similes are the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, using words commonly known as like or as, just like we were living like we had white lives as an Asian family. I tell Dad I'm learning poetry to learn English, and I'm learning all about metaphors and similes. He says he doesn't want to hear it, and I think that that's ironic, because similes are the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, commonly using the words like or as, similar to how we were living like we had white lives as an Asian family. But I'm 21 years old now, which was the same year I needed to renounce my Indonesian citizenship for my American. And since then, I was given the responsibility to be the perfect daughter, as if obedience came as easily as a perfectly made bed with perfectly clean-cut corners, as if submission and order came like the uncracked spine of a new hardcover book. But I am suffocating, and at the same time, still managing to grip tightly onto my lungs, still placing 2 fingers over lost heartbeats, searching for a pulse that no longer beats to a certain rhythm. This lack of oxygen in the world seems heavier when you have to share the same breath with bad news. All I have now is my mom. And I'm left to glorify corpses to cope with the fact that my family has tried so hard to blend into the same world that has robbed me of my father. Mom says to pray on your soul. So I got on my knees and I prayed, and I pleaded, and I begged. I sat there on that prayer mat, and within my sujuds, I begged my God for forgiveness, because every subhanallah felt like a worship to regression. Every inshallah felt like surrendering you to the label of a gun violence victim. So when reporters ask, I sew my lips shut, because the story that they were painting of you almost drowned me before my own tears could. They made you out as some sort of hopeless man, like you didn't fight tooth and nail trying to help us survive this country, like they didn't work you to the bone just for that to be the only thing left for us to bury you. So when I discarded of the loose buttons and I replaced them with stainless steel zippers, I let society have complete control of when I could become undone. But these arms are just a couple feet too short to carry all of their expectations on one hand and their punishments on the other. So I love you, and I'll lie to the world for you, and nobody will remember remember my mother tongue, and neither will I. So you will watch me from the skies, becoming just another poet with another coping mechanism, writing just another piece of prose that hides my pain behind the banister of wood-stained steps. Dad, I'm sorry that this pen does not hold back any power of bringing you back into existence. This pen is a master manipulator, and I fell victim to ink-stained sheets and tear blots, but I love you, Dad. Dari hati gua dia nya bisa tidur, and my heart is where you're laid to sleep, and I'll still lie to the world and myself that I am proud to be an American citizen.